is browser use the goal to help agents, AI agents, do things on the web? Or is it almost an agent in and of itself that can also take written commands and then do stuff for you?
We built an agent with memory system. Okay, so it can take hundreds of steps, go down, and can do things for you on the web prompt-based. So you type in your prompt, say, okay, go to my CRM and create a new contact.
Got it.
Okay, but all our things are based on actions. An action like click something, do a Google search. And you can simply extend this. So you can write your own action, like calling an API. Imagine it like before MCP was out, it's basically like you can include more and more MCP tools, which can do just things. And the agent can choose which tool call to do to then decide, okay, what's the best action.
Okay, so essentially it's a framework that lets me control the web, but I could bring, for example, some of my own homegrown technology and still use browser use on top of it as almost like a hook onto the web as it exists today.
Yes, but mainly
Okay.
browser use is used to actually take action in the web, do things where you don't have APIs for, and automate that.
So really, it kind of takes the entire human internet and makes it machine understandable and interaction friendly. Is that fair?
Yes, and the main component is really to take action, to actually click buttons, to fill out a form, to select
Okay.
from a drop-down.
So people have been talking about agents like nonstop for the last, I want to say 12 months. But before technology like browser use existed, were those agents just incredibly limited in what they could go out and do? Or were people kind of building a similar product to browser use internally and then using that to go out and talk to the web with their AI agents?
That, of course, depends on the definition of an agent. If you just
Oh
define
gosh.
an agent as an LLM with tool calls, okay, then all those chatbots which can output JSON structure are basically agents. But I was always wondering myself if when people said, oh, we built those agents, and I thought, like, this is just a chatbot, right, with which you can interact and it maybe can query the current weather API for you. So I always imagine an agent like something which actually can take action for you, just like a player who can take action.
Okay, that makes good sense to me. Now, I want to talk about the ramp because you guys actually, I have a chart here showing the browser use GitHub star growth, and it's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. This is from basically right before the new year through to May, and you guys just grew very, very, very quickly. So, how did you get the word out about browser use and the kind of first iteration of your technology? And were you surprised by just how quickly the market was like, yes, we want that?
Yes, we were very surprised. We built the first prototype in 5 days, pushed it to Hacker News, and it took off. And I mean, I never built big open source projects before. It got a couple of hundred stars, people created issues. And the main thing is we made it extremely simple for people to run it. Basically, the setup is run 2 commands and it runs. And you can actually prompt it and it can control your computer.